Alright, this is a reading for one specific person. Alright. Well, for one specific system. um, Alright, so it feels like, okay, so immediately the first thing that I got was like many you sorry many of your parts are really lit up, like you actually understand multiple different parts of yourself as individual people, like, and it feels like they actually literally know what their role is, so that's handy. How do you do that? It feels like there's like a main crew, and then it feels like there's a couple that kind of work in the background that you're not you have less information on. It feels like it's time to start gathering information on the parts that are kind of in the shadows a little bit, because by the sounds of it, you have each part of you that you're already aware of has little pieces of information about this other part of you that you haven't fully faced and acknowledged. It's like each of them have this relationship with this. So it's like it's all of the parts that you know are showing themselves as like light, but it's it's the darkness that we're talking about right now. It's like, but it doesn't feel like a specific dark entity that you have to be worried about. It's the space between the light. It's like it's the space that's holding the light. So it's like it's like it's like if each of your parts was a star, then the darkness that you haven't been acknowledging properly is the sky that's holding the stars, you know? Ooh. So I guess God energy, source energy, the energy of the darkness that holds everything else, and that wants more of your attention. And it feels like this soft presence, soft and warm. And I get this hum. It's like, like that. It feels like father energy. It feels like dad energy. It feels like God energy. in a very nurturing way. Okay. It feels like things are literally moving in a new direction, and it feels like an exciting direction. It feels like it might also be going a bit faster than you expected. I keep getting the image of just like clapping, being like, let's go. I don't know why. My table is very squeaky. It's like a recognition that you have kind of you've kind of found your tribe. You've kind of found people that are aligned with you. You kind of have, but also you're kind of acknowledging that you kind of have to take a leadership role here. And it feels like you didn't want to do that. It feels like you've been kind of nervous about it, nervous about stepping into it. But it feels almost as though it's just like, you know what? It's time. Let's go. Let's do this. You know? And the excitement that I feel is amazing. And like, it makes my legs want to move. It makes me want to run. It makes me want to go. It feels good. It's exciting. And it's almost as though like, it's like, you know that you're going to be carried the whole way. Like, it's not, for instance, this horse is like, fuck yeah, let's go. Let's get in this boat. Let's go. All I have to do is kick off, man. And then the boat will just take me. I don't even have to use my legs. It's like knowing the universe has a plan. And all we have to do is go for it. Because the universe already has most of it, like, mapped out. And it wants to take us on the journey. But you just gotta make the decision and start moving. Start going for it. It's so good. It's like, it's like, because I'm noticing the other ones in the background, right? But it's almost like they are your tribe, but they're also not if they're not gonna follow you, because those ones, some of them, I think they might be quite happy to stay where they are. They're still magical, beautiful beings, but some of them are exactly where they're meant to stay. But you're not meant to stay. You're meant to keep going and inspire whichever other ones are meant to follow. But don't keep looking back to make sure they're still following, because that's up to them. You just keep going and be an example of it, you know? It's fun. The more you nurture within yourself, the more you can nurture your offering. And the more you nurture your offering, the more those who need it will be drawn to you. But we need to make sure that you're not trying to hide your offering. we need to make sure that we're putting out the energy intentionally of visibility. Put out the energy of visibility, because what you have to offer matters. There's so much. Like, make sure that whatever you're doing, whatever you're building, whatever you're developing is coming from your heart as much as it is coming from your brain, if not more. make sure the brain is kind of just putting some pieces together, but majority of the offering is coming from your heart. You need to know why you're doing what you're doing and why it matters to you, and how much it's helped you, and how much you can see it helping others, and why you think it'll help others. Why do you want it to help others? What does that say about you? You're just a great person or whatever. Is that what this is? Alright. The universe is bringing about so many blessings that you might not even be aware of, that kind of just like happening in the background, but the energy of it is all like reaching out to you, so that's good. And it feels like the energy of your offering. Okay, so you have an offering, right? Because what I'm getting, is that you are building some sort of a framework, a healing framework that will work with people, that people can work through in like a I was gonna say like a story kind of way. I don't know. So, yeah. So it feels like there's some sort of like an offering that you wanted to come up with for people, which will help people reframe the way that they see the different parts of themselves, right? So different characters. All right. So then, okay. Okay. My brain is saying stuff like it's different archetypes, right? And the different parts. There's like the stereotypical different parts that your system would have for the internal family, right? But then also there's like role playing games, right? Like Dungeons and Dragons or whatever, where there would be different characters with different classes, and the different classes would have different like abilities or roles or whatever, and then you would be able to choose the character's stats or whatever. So then I would say that it would be so handy to come up with like this format of where it's like getting each of the main parts to identify which like role they fit into, what character they want to come up with. So then it's like coming up with an actual story, right? An actual like fantasy story, which is what's gonna happen with my internal world story. It's gonna end up being a fantasy story. So, and then how the characters manifest in my story is probably gonna end up being archetypes, and it's gonna fit into all of this, isn't it? Okay, that's kind of cool. All right. So is this what we're doing? Is this how we end up like working together? Okay. So, um, very cool. All right. Um, so yeah, but wouldn't that be cool? So then the different, because of course, yeah, there's the child and there's the protector, and then there's like the caregiver, and then there's the like therapist. Like there's all these different like categories of alters that I've heard of over the years, and I wonder if we can match that up with like a character, and we can make it like a role-playing thing. That'd be cool. Anyway. Wouldn't that be such a cool creative way to get people understanding themselves and letting the different alters explore their own personality in a character that is separate from themselves, but they might be able to like come out about different abilities that they have that they may not have shared before, or then they may not have been aware of, because then maybe the way that they class themselves is like subconscious thing. And what if a specific part chooses like a mage or something to represent them, and they actually have like magic, they actually have abilities, but they're not aware of it consciously yet, but they chose that character because of a subconscious thing. Like, wouldn't that be interesting? Mm. So it seems like um okay. So there's a part, that part, that big vast darkness that's holding everyone. That is the part that will be guiding the boat. That is the part that is literally holding everything. And all of the lights that are you and your individual parts, they're just like floating, bobbing around on this fabric of reality. It's just like this dark fabric where things don't necessarily have to decide to move. It can manipulate itself around them, you know? So it feels like there's a part of you that wants you to know that it has everything under control. And your individual parts are working great together. And it's holding all of you all at once, trying to make sure that everything is more cohesive. It's saying that all of your parts have been playing their part very, very very well. All of the things that they were supposed to do, they did. Even if they might doubt that a little bit sometimes. Everything is kind of it's like just wait, I guess. Just wait and see what is going to come from everything that you've done, because there's a whole lot of beautiful stuff that is, because like the more energy that you put into your project, your creation, your offering, with the way that you want to help people, the more that that's like rippling out and affecting other people, and it seems to be there seems to be a connection between each of your dreams that you had intended to come true in the future, the people that your energy is rippling out to now because of the energy that you're putting within, those people that are being affected by what you're doing now are going to contribute to the things that you want to manifest being actually manifested in real life. It feels like there's a decision that you feel like that you need to make, and it feels like maybe you're taking it a little bit too seriously. Maybe you need to just chill out. I want you to make a game of it. So when you're imagining this thingy, this scenario unfolding, I want you to imagine it in a less serious way. And a less serious way. Make it more lighthearted. When you're daydreaming about this thing that you're kind of like nervous about or unsure about, take some weight off of it just by being more lighthearted about it. The energy of the outcome will be lighter if your energy toward the outcome is lighter. Yeah? Alright. So it seems like there's a little bit of indecision with something. And yeah, taking that more light-hearted approach is kind of going to help you see things from maybe different perspective. But it seems like you really do need to shift your perspective on this one thing, like now, like stop playing with it now, because things are ready to shift for you. Things are ready to move, and all you have to do is take that action, I guess. There's a whole bunch of stuff here about needing to make a decision about a whole bunch of going on at once. And your energy going in a bunch of different places at once, because so many things that you wanted to manifest are actually actively trying to build themselves, actively manifesting in this reality. It definitely looks like things are looking up, but it also feels like there's a lot of weight on making this decision. And yeah, so that's why we want to take the weight off, because you have everything that you need to make the decision. And remember, each of your parts knows more about this than any one part of you. Maybe get each part to write down. So, is there a specific thing, a specific decision that you have to make? Or is it information about the darkness that you guys need to discuss? Or is it both? Because either way, I think that all of you should have a little like group chat thing. Just like, I don't know if you journal or use different colors for different parts or whatever, but that might be helpful. And get them all talking about that one topic and share information that they have on that topic. So whatever project that you were working on, it looks like you are completing that successfully, and it seems like everything's going to be like a huge breath of fresh air, like a huge sigh of relief, like everything falling into place. And that'd be beautiful. This is another fucking thing about indecision after everything. Even after the project is complete, it's like you still don't know what you want to do. Is it in regards to a relationship? Is it in regards to a relationship? Because it feels like it might be. It feels like there's someone that you're ready to let go of. But you don't want to. Apparently there is an issue, and you have gotten so used to pretending that there is no issue, but apparently there is an issue, and your different parts know what it is. They all have different bits of information about it. And it feels like there's parts of you that want to keep you safe. Younger parts of you that want to keep you safe. damaged hearts. Oh. Hmm. Interesting. It feels like a teenage aspect that is holding some trauma. And it feels like they are trying to be strong and protective in a way, but they also feel really hurt and sad and lonely. Yeah. Alright, one more card. Alright. The next one says an exciting new opportunity, career advancement. Change your life now. I did get the sense that maybe there's something about relocating, maybe. And maybe the thing is about moving away, separating yourself from someone that you don't want to separate yourself from. But maybe it's not a forever thing. Maybe it's just while you level up a bit more. I'm getting like abandonment wound, and I feel like this teenage aspect needs hugs, long hugs. But it I see. All right. Working through these abandonment issues with this part, I suppose, clears up energy for new opportunities and new things. You need to create space. Yep. I wanted to pull one more just in case, and it says a significant life event, a powerful revelation that leads to change. Time to spread your wings. Yeah, okay. So there was that. Alright. I am posting this, obviously, because you've now seen it. But, this was for a specific person. But if you want a reading that is, like, specific to you, just, I don't know, check me out on Facebook or something. I'm Accra Harding on Facebook. So just message me on there and I'll book you in. Indeed. And if this was the person I did this for, then I love you. And I hope that was relevant and helpful. And thank you.